rates for Northern Plains American Indians, Lakota Sioux, who suffer some of the highest cancer death rates in the United States. Over the last 20 years, we have developed strategies to lower these death rates through patient navigation, increase access to cancer screening and early detection, and state-of-the-art cancer treatments in Rapid City, South Dakota. I appreciate the opportunity to increase public awareness announcing a healthcare symposium that our Cancer Disparity Program Walking Forward is organized. The two-day symposium will be held in Rapid City, South Dakota on December 2nd and 3rd at the downtown Holiday Inn. And I also want to recognize our Executive Director, Melissa Pomerani of the ABS, for making this happen today. This is a two-day event. Day one of the symposium will focus on American Indian / Lakota Sioux community issues. Topics that will be presented include conducting ethical research in American Indian communities, biomedical research in American Indian communities, a 20-year update in our Cancer Disparity Program Walking Forward, a patient's perspective, and a community research panel. On day one, our speakers will be Dr. Linda Burhan-Stepanoff, who's a well-known Native American Indian researcher, Dr. Lyle Bess and Marsha O'Leary from North Dakota, who have a 30-year program, myself, the research staff, and an American Indian cervical cancer survivor, Amanda Grover, who will describe her cervical cancer journey through treatment in which she was cured. Day two will be the scientific section. As you can see what's being displayed here, you can scan the QR code to see the list of speakers. Topics on day two will be presented and include precision oncology for everybody, a review of how we got here and what we have learned by Dr. Casey Williams from Avera Health, how big data in healthcare improve outcomes from underserved communities, presented by Dr. William O. from Mount Sinai, our regional expert radiologist, Dr. White, who will present imaging for lung, breast, and prostate cancer through screening, surveillance, and treatment, Dr. Allison Keeler from the University of North Dakota, who will present on practice-based research networks in addressing colorectal cancer research. I will present a manuscript that will be published in 6 weeks entitled Evidence-Based Strategies in the Management of Localized Prostate Cancer and the Role of Brachytherapy. This is also available on our ABS website. A new analysis of a large series on lung cancer screening for our population. We had a statistician and well-known expert, Dr. Martin Tamagi from Brock University, Ontario, who will present this data on how our population may have different screening criteria. The importance of palliative care, presented by Dr. Francine Arneson from Avera Health in Sioux Falls, Dr. Amy Elliott, who will also present on building within community-based health systems to bring cutting-edge research to the prairie. And finally, drum roll, our plenary speaker this year is the new director of the National Cancer Institute, Wyoming native, Dr. Monica Bertinoli. The title of her talk is Ending Cancer as We Know, Everyone Has a Role. She will present on December 3rd at 1 p.m. So for those of you who don't know Dr. Monica Bertinoli, she is the 16th director of the U.S. National Cancer Institute, part of the NIH, appointed to this position in October of 2020 by President Biden. Prior to this, she served as Richard E. Wilson Professor of Surgery in the field of surgical oncology at Harvard Medical School and a member of the Gastrointestinal Cancer and Sarcoma Disease Center at Dana-Farber Brigham Cancer Center. Dr. Bertinoli graduated from Princeton University, attended medical school at the University of Utah. She was trained in surgery at Brigham and Women's Hospital and was a research fellow in tumor immunology at the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. From 2007 to 2018, she served as the chief of the Division of Surgical Oncology at Brigham's and the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. Dr. Bertinoli has a background in laboratory work focusing on understanding the role of the inflammatory response in epithelial tumor formation. She has had numerous leadership roles at multi-institutional cancer clinical trials research consortia. From 1994 to 2011, she led the GI correlative science initiatives within the NCI-funded cancer cooperative groups, where she facilitated integration of tumor-specific molecular markers of treatment outcomes into nationwide clinical cancer treatment protocols. From 2010 to 2022, She served as the group chair for the Alliance Trials in Oncology, a nationwide NCI-funded clinical trials group. During this time, she was also the chief executive officer of the Alliance Foundation trial. She is past president of ASCO, the American Society of Clinical Oncology, and has served on the board of directors of the American Cancer Society and Prevent Cancer Foundation. So when we announced who our plenary speaker is going to be, the first question came up: how in the world did you get her to come to Rapid City, South Dakota? So the story goes as follows. I was in my clinic about 4 years ago, and she, as ASCO president, was down in Pine Ridge, finding Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, trying to determine what some of the issues were that led to cancer disparities. And she found out about our program, Walking Forward. So she came to the clinic, introduced herself. I had a lovely conversation with her. And from there, I would say friendship and mentorship continued. And we were just delighted to have Dr. Bertinoli in Rapid City. This symposium is sponsored by Avera Health in Sioux Falls, Monument Health in Rapid City, with industry partners including Pfizer, Bristol Myers Squibb Foundation, Genentech, the American Cancer Society, Boston Scientific, the Irving A. Hansen Memorial Foundation, Veracyte/Decipher, Dakota Radiology, and Dakota West Radiation Oncology. The cost of the symposium is only $10. This will be a phenomenal education event for physicians, healthcare providers, researchers who work in the space, and anyone who is interested and lives in this part of the country. Of course, you're welcome to fly in, but it's a little chilly in December. So if you live within a couple hours of Rapid City, we strongly encourage you to attend. We will record some of our sessions that will be later posted. And thank you so much for your time today. And thank you for Melissa Pomerini for recording this announcement. Have a good day.